the reigning, defending.
Did you see anything about John Jones during the week?
Just with Alex Pereira.
Yeah. So he's been on this tweet storm over the last couple of days trying to build this whole story around him fighting Alex Pereira instead of
Fight Aspinall.
just fight Tom. But I don't know. He makes some form of a point, but like, I don't know. I just think at this point in time that it's looking like he's more scared than anything. So I'll just read these two tweets here and then we'll give quick thoughts on them. It says, if Alex P became champion of the heavyweight division, would you guys consider him the GOAT? Being back in the gym has got me thinking differently. That fight after Stipe may be the next biggest move I could possibly make. This killer has already defeated so many champions and is already considered a legend to millions around the world, the most massive fight the UFC could make. Give Alex a chance to avenge all those great Brazilian champions I've defeated. Then he goes on to say, it would be absolutely massive. A guy with a chance to be 3-division champion and a GOAT versus the actual GOAT. Same age, different strengths. No one can argue that that would be the biggest fight in MMA history. There's absolutely no fight that generates a payday like that. Marketing would be insane. Then continues with, you actually think me fighting Tom... Oh, hang on. Somebody replies to him and says, you're doing everything humanly possible now to duck Tom Aspinall. And he replies to that by saying, you actually think me fighting Tom would be more massive than Alex and I colliding? Tom only matters in the UK. Newsflash, Pereira is one of the most polarizing figures this sport has seen. Tom's a contender who won a belt against another contender. We had to save Madison Square Garden's main event. I'm thinking dollar signs, legacy, big picture here. Not what UK fans are dying to see. Literally just went through this with the French fans. Just fight Aspinall, you bitch.
How did John Jones become champion? What contender did he fight?
Exactly.
Because there was no champion at that point, I think. Francis left.
Yeah.
So he didn't hold the belt.
Yeah, you didn't beat a champion. You won a vacant title from another contender. Yeah. That's how that works.
So that's how Tom done it too. And he's campaigned at heavyweight the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, just fight him and then fight Alex.
The annoying thing is as well that he has that much sway that if he continues to bitch and moan about it, he'll probably get his way.
Like, I'm not going to argue.
That's the annoying thing as well. It's like,
a good fight.
If Dana turns around tomorrow and says in 6 months' time John Jones is going to fight Alex Pereira, I'm like, fuck Tom Aspinall. Who?
Yeah.
To this day!
Nah, wrong one.
Who the fuck is that guy?
That one.
But, yeah, I think regardless of who he says fight next, I think we're like, oh, who the fuck's the other guy?
Yeah.
But it has to be either one of them.
It has to be one of the two. He can't come back. I think at this point in time, especially with this conversation, he's talked himself out of the Stipe fight. Even though he seems to mention it again in those tweets, it's like, you can't come back and fight a 67-year-old retired firefighter.
Well, I low-key feel like he knows that fight's gone.
I think that's what I mean.
The way he's worded it, the next biggest thing after Stipe that I could take would be Alex.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, I think Stipe's gone.
And the thing is, as well, it's like he knows that he can manhandle Alex Pereira.
Yeah, but can you imagine Alex Pereira at 225, 240?
That is interesting too.
Tagging Jones on the chin with that left.
Can you imagine if Alex Pereira does it?
Like, oh. We all know John ain't but Johnny's crawling to the center of that octagon. He isn't walking.
And that's what I mean by, like, he makes some good points when he says that, like, this is the biggest thing that could happen. He's saying, like, if he comes in there and beats me, like, what's bigger than that? He's right. Like, you can't deny that what he's saying is right, but he's a bitch for saying it.
It is, but if you read between the lines, right, he says, oh, different... There's something like different disciplines or something, like, or different, but like good at different things or whatever he says in.
Yeah, he says, like, you know, he's a striker and I'm a wrestler or whatever it is.
The difference is you can hold your own with a striker.
Yeah.
He's that big and long. Like, you can hold your own against a striker.
Well, that's the other thing
If you're
too. Like,
Pereira, bro, there's a difference between being able to hold your own against a striker and if John Jones gets fucking hold of you and takes you to the ground. Like,
has Pereira ever had to deal with somebody bigger than him?
I don't think so. But Pereira's only been doing this
5 years?
something like that.
No, I was
like,
reading the other day, right? He started like kickboxing at like 21. He was like an alcoholic mechanic. And then he was like, I need to get my shit together, and just became a kickboxer and then just started murking people.
So how long was John Jones wrestling
Yeah.
before he even picked up a set of gloves?
Yeah. Years upon years. John Jones was probably John Jones was probably light heavyweight champion before he even started training.
Yeah, the advantages John would have on the ground. Like,
Ridiculous.
John's saying that because he knows that's a winnable fight.
Yeah.
All he has to do is get hold of Pereira and take him to the ground. I'm not saying he won't do the same thing with Aspinall.
He has less of a chance of doing it with Aspinall.
Yeah, Aspinall's a much bigger man.
Aspinall's a much bigger man, and his dad's a jiu-jitsu coach. So he's like a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And
there's reasons he's not going to fuck you, give me time.
yeah, because he knows not that he knows he can't win that fight. Like, John Jones is John Jones at the end of the day.
He can win any fight.
He can win any fight, but there's much more of a chance of Tom Aspinall winning than there is Alex Pereira.
Yeah, like, I feel like John's at that age where the challenge doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
He's at the Canelo point.
That's it. He's the spectacle. He doesn't need. Maybe that's not the right point to make. Or maybe it is. Yeah, he signed. Yeah, you're right. He is just the Canelo of the UFC. He can just do what he wants.
You can just pick and choose.
Yeah, that's it. And at the end of the day, people are just gonna go, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, just give us Tom and then do what you want.
Yeah. Then just fucking ride off into the sunset.
Because at this point, you are the reason the heavyweight division is so shit.
Yes.
Like, you are slowing it down.
Yeah, you're making it bad.
Like, how many light heavyweight champions have we had since John Jones took the belt?
Yeah, I seen a graph about that the other day of like the amount of movement that the light heavyweight belt has done since John Jones left the division is insane. It's gone through like 5 different people.
Yeah, I only just thought of it then. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, we've had Hill, Pereira,
Glover.
Glover, Prohaska. I think he'd just give it up when
Yep.
John won. So there's been like, 3 or 4 champions
Yeah.
in that division since. Like, stop.
Yeah. Stop making it bad. Just come back and do things, please.
Yeah, or just give the belt up
Yeah. Or do that.
and just come back and fight whoever's got the belt again.
Yeah. It's not that hard.
Become 2-time heavyweight champion, whatever.
Yeah. And then just cement yourself as the GOAT that you say you are.
Yeah, because like right now you are slowing everybody else's career down.
Yeah, that's it. And you're being selfish.
Like, Tom could be heavyweight champion
Yes.
and you could just come back and fight him.
Yeah.
Or, even better, John. Why don't you fucking do what everybody else done, what everybody else has done? Can't wait and go fight Pereira at light heavyweight. It's not like you've never fought there.
Exactly. It's
That's
not
where
like
you're
you
the
couldn't do
goat
it.
at. Look, you just needed fucking that 18 months to get to heavyweight because you needed to.
It was like 3 years.
No, he couldn't, because you know why? Because he couldn't pop dirty for another drug test again, bro.
Yeah,
So he was
100%.
like, nah,
because
I'm
then his
just gonna-
career would have been over.
Just juiced for like 12 months of that.
Mm.
And just worked out for like the next 2 years. So all the juice was out and he was able to maintain the weight properly. And then he come back.
I mean, he's probably back on him now that fucking Garcia's high profile name enough. Fucking pop for him. He's like, fuck, no one's going to be looking at me. Screaming at drug testers.
I'm the Paravara.